Alright, hello, my name is Daniel, and welcome to a brand new show I'm starting here on HalfKocked called Shrinkwrapped. This is going to be your typical DVD haul and digital code giveaway show where every month I show you all the DVDs, Blu-rays, etc. that I bought, and we can just kind of revel and experience the glory of physical media. I'm going to let you know, most of the digital codes I'm giving away are probably going to happen at the end. Way I'm going to start this show out is DVDs first, then we close out with the Blu-rays. We got to get through a bunch. I think I've got like a good 20, 25 that I'm going for here. So, we're going to start with the marker of quality, Geostorm. Love this movie. Had a fantastic time with Steven reviewing it. This is one of those amazing, so dumb you can't believe, but you kind of want more of these to exist in the world. It's just a glorious wave of stupid. Brittany and I are talking more about, things in the future. If we have a kid eventually, what movies are we going to show our kid? So I'm beefing up my kids' movies game, Emperor's New Groove, a classic, underrated, I would say. Speaking of Brittany, oh, and look at that. Our first mention of a digital code, Kong Skull Island, is going to be up for sale. This one actually has a special place in my heart because we saw Kong Skull Island the day I proposed to Brittany. Actually, I proposed in the movie theater. She knew I had the ring, and she knew that I was going to propose that day, but she didn't know when. So we got past dinner, and right before we're about to go into the movie theater, it's in the middle of the lobby. I just went on one knee and asked her to marry me, and she said yes. And immediately after that, we saw a Japanese guy and a soldier duke it out while a giant monkey intervened. So, Kong Skull Island, it's not the greatest movie in the world, but it holds a special place in my heart. Speaking of Kong, we come to the other side with Godzilla. I found this for $5.99. The original 1954 Godzilla, both English and Japanese version. I was really lucky to find this at Movie Trading. Normally the classic stuff is like $30. But yeah, Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Definitely recommend you watch this. Following is kind of filling a hole inside my DVD collection. The first 4 Batmans. This was always one of those DVDs that I would grab and then realize I didn't have enough money for all these, so I would just put this back. And so I finally decided to bite the bullet. First 4 Batmans. Fantastic. Own. The next one is something Brittany wanted me to do. Speaking of kids' movies and Halloween, Coraline. Like a movie. Never seen this before. Heard it's really good. I'm kind of excited. And it's directed by Henry Selick, so I'm down. Continuing, Halloween, kids' movies. Completely underrated. Monster House. It's one of those movies that feels akin to something like E.T., Goonies, a lot of the Amblin stuff, and Steven Spielberg did executive produce this. There's a lot of good people in this, and I'm actually kind of surprised that this one flies under the radar for so many people, but it's got this nice little dark tinge, the story's weird, but it's still fun enough for kids that I recommend it for Halloween. Next one, we're going to go a little bit more serious, Deepwater Horizon. Fantastic, harrowing movie. It's the movie that'll make you believe in Peter Berg as a director, whereas Mal 22 will make you lose that faith all over again. But if you want to see a disaster movie that has the boom of Michael Bay, but with a bit more heart, not a bit, a lot more heart, better executed than anything Michael Bay has put out probably in the last 10 years. We keep going into a underrated, underseen movie, Hail Caesar. It's not as critically acclaimed or loved as No Country for Old Men. It's not as pulpy and audience loved as Big Lebowski. But I think Hail Caesar holds a special place in my film lover's heart. This movie has fantastic production design for a budget, I think, of less than $30 million. You've got fantastic actors. I mean, Josh Brolin's always fun to watch. But each of these characters, Jonah Hill, Scarlett Johansson, George Clooney delivering a hilarious, not leading man performance. Definitely recommend this, especially if you're a fan and lover of the 50s. Also, Tilda Swinton's in here as 2 people playing twins. It's great. Watch it. We're going back into horror here with Horror of Dracula. I love the design of the Hammer movies, and Christopher Lee is always sexy and appreciated. So yeah, Horror of Dracula, I found it for $5.99. Can't wait to watch it. Oh, God, yes. There is nothing in this haul that I'm more excited about. Wish Upon. This movie is terrible. You wonder to yourself, how was this so incompetent, and how did it make it to theaters? But it's hilarious. And Joey King is kind of like the queen now of like all these bad movies. Talk about Slender Man, Independence Day Resurgence, especially this. This is the crown jewel of bullshit. And if you ever want to have a pizza, beer, maca movie night, this is perfect cannon fodder. This one is not as funny, but I love the cover. It's Hotel Rwanda from Blockbuster. I was in a local bookstore, and this was here, and I figured, oh, well, you know, there's only one Blockbuster left in the world. I figured there should be some kind of remnant of my video store-loving past in my collection. So I figured, Hotel Rwanda, it's good to have on DVD. And, okay, good, the actual DVD's in here. Also from that bookstore is something that I have never heard of before, but it's kind of interesting. Strange Days. A sci-fi movie. It's a look at the millennium is changing everything, 2000, the computer is going to take over, blah, 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 blah. It's about ex-cops, it's got Ray Fiennes in it, it's got Angela Bassett, and it's directed by Catherine Bigelow, so I can only imagine that this is actually going to be pretty good. Never seen it, never heard of it, but looked interesting. Going further into my kids' movies talk, The Santa Claus. I feel like when we're talking about Christmas classics, this movie kind of slides in under the radar, but I think the way it handles Santa Claus is unique, it's original, and it was pretty well handled. So, yeah, can't wait to watch it later this December. Men in Black, another, fill-in-the-blanks of your collection movie. I just haven't had this one yet. I haven't seen Men in Black 2 in a while, so I'm not sure if I'm going to get it, and I haven't seen Men in Black 3, though I am down for the new remake with Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, fun sci-fi flick, definitely a must-own. Now, what's definitely a must-own, oh my god, is Hellboy. I thought I had this in my collection for years, and I finally took a look through my DVDs, realized I didn't have it. Huge Del Toro fan, huge Hellboy fan. I can't wait for the new one coming out, I think, next year. So, yeah, Hellboy. Love it. We're going to get a little weird right now, because this was also from the local bookstore we have here. Mr. Stuckle, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Watching, the undercover suspense comedy. Like, it's obviously a parody of Dr. Strangelove, and just, it's so shoddy and so weirdly made. It looks like it's something that someone made, like, in their basement. It's rated M for, you better hope there's no mild sexual content. It's so weird, I couldn't pass it up. I'm gonna have to watch it. For my Red Letter Media fans, Karate Cop, bitch! David Carradine, Ron Marchini. This is terrible, but it's fantastic terrible. Got it for $1, found it in that local bookstore. Oh man, I can't wait to watch this one. Ghost Rider 1 and 2. Never seen these before. Brittany decided to grab this and say like, hey Daniel, let's watch this. So we're watching Ghost Rider tonight after this. Let me set this one aside. Another fill-in-the-blanks collection, The Incredible Hulk. This movie is uproariously dumb, but I kind of love it for that reason. I'm frustrated and I love it. It's a real battle in my heart for this movie, but, don't own a lot of the Marvel movies because most of them are like $20, even for the crappy ones, so if you can find ones for cheap, you just go ahead and grab them. Gravity, movie that I like. Movie that I have a special history with Brittany. I wouldn't say it's a classic, but it's one of those, like, if you can see it with a good sound system, definitely recommended. Don John, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's directorial debut, and it's a damn good movie. And I don't hear a lot of people talking about this one. I think it kind of slipped in that weird talk of, like, is it maybe going to be an Oscar thing, but it never really was. This one's really, really good. It's a little frank with what the kind of R-rated topics it's talking about, porn and sex and relationships, but it's honest in a way that a lot of these movies aren't, and I think the performances by Gordon-Levitt, and especially Scarlett Johansson, are really enough to sell this movie. Definitely recommend it. My last talk of the DVDs here is our second digital code, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. A controversial pick. A lot of people didn't like this. Thought, Sam Rockwell got redemption for being, a total racist throughout. But I think this movie is smart. I think it's a fantastic satire. Yes. Satire of our kind of outburst culture. There's a lot of outburst culture in this. Frances McDormand is just a powerhouse. Woody Harrelson, Sam Rockwell. It's a cast of characters that straddle the line between ridiculous and earnest. It was nominated for a shit ton of Oscars, and so there's a reason you should go watch it. And this one's up for grabs. So now we're going to break into the Blu-rays, and the Blu-rays, I'm going to go with my kids' movie game, Zootopia. Speaking of racism, it's a movie that tackles racism. It's a great buddy cop movie, and it's such an imaginative world-building animated movie that it's a perfect package, really. Big Short. I swear to God I thought I had this for like years. The Big Short is one of the smartest comedies I've seen in the last 5 years. It's one that the more I think about it, the better it gets, and honestly, the scarier it gets. Divisive movie, Hereditary. I loved it. Well, I didn't love it when I first saw it. I really liked it. The more I think about it, and especially with the Media Man's review and Ashley from the movie Oracle, their videos on it, gave me a better understanding, a better appreciation for what this movie did right. It's definitely a patient movie, one that's patient up until the last 20 minutes, and then it goes like full tilt. But I love Ari Aster's fantastic production design, his understanding of tension and release. I like that he's able to basically take this story that's both psychological and supernatural and really blend the two in a way that feels pretty damn seamless. This has some of the most haunting, disturbing imagery and narrative progression that I've seen this year. It's a movie that has fantastic performance by Toni Collette and Alex Wolff. Do not sleep on Alex Wolff. He's half the reason the movie works. Oh man, this movie is so damn good, and it's something I had to get on Blu-ray. Speaking of something I had to get on Blu-ray, and a movie that won me over, and a movie that also has a digital code, Phantom Thread. I'm recently married, and this movie is sort of this really dark, kind of dry-witted look at marriage. Specifically the whole give-and-take relationship of being in a relationship. It's shot gorgeously, which is why you need to get the Blu-ray. Paul Thomas Anderson actually did the cinematography for this one himself. From gorgeous, like, wide shots and vistas to really good close-up stuff that reminded me of, like, Lawrence of Arabia at some points. And, come on. Just fucking Vicky Creeps and Daniel Day-Lewis. You cannot really get any better than this. Plus, you will never, ever hear the sound of a fork scraping against a dish the same way again. This one's also up for grabs. And the last one, definitely not least, this is actually something I picked up today, and I'm really happy I did. BAM! Kids movie, Halloween, The Nightmare Before Christmas. Look at this. I got this steelbook at Best Buy for $15.99. It was on sale today. Even if you're not into steelbooks, The Nightmare Before Christmas, I saw the DVD for there for about $7. It was gorgeous. And all these characters, all the little discs. It's really a thing of beauty. And I think for a movie that I'm probably just going to end up showing my kids, I like the idea that a steelbook, which is more sturdy than a regular DVD cover, I feel like this will protect movies like this better. And it's something that you definitely want to have available for generations to pass down. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the first episode of Shrinkwrapped. Now it's time to talk about the giveaway. How am I going to give away these digital codes? I'm going to borrow the LC Screen Talk rule of giveaways. Number one, you have to be subscribed to the channel. And this is kind of like the tree falling in the forest thing. If you're subscribed to my channel and you're not made public, are you really subscribed? Make your subscriptions public. Let me know that you're actually subscribed to the channel. Otherwise, I just won't give you the code. I'm going to do a random generator for everybody that comments. And you can comment on all 5 of the available digital codes if you want. I'm not going to have any repeat winners. Like, if people, win Kong Skull Island and 3 billboards, you only get 1. If you win, you are ineligible from winning any other giveaways for the next month. So if you win for September, next month in October, you're not eligible. I want to spread the love. I want to spread the codes around. Get people happy about it. If you do win, please let me know what's the best way to get this code to you. Twitter, Facebook, fucking Snapchat. As a recap of the codes that are available for this month, The Nightmare Before Christmas, Phantom Thread, Hereditary, oh, I love this movie. 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, and I believe Kong Skull Island says it's for Voodoo with Walmart. I'm not entirely sure if that ultraviolet at the bottom means you can use it with other ultraviolet retailers, but this one is available too. And whenever I do give you the code, I'll let you know about how long you have to, accept the digital code before it expires, etc. So yes, all 5 of these movies, digitally, they are all up for grabs. Get yourself one of these. Subscribe to the channel. Comment, let me know which ones you want to be eligible for the contest, and we'll try to get you in there. Thank you very much if you stuck around this really long-ass video and a lot of DVDs and conversations and ramblings by yours truly. But I wanted to start this I wanted to start the show because I love DVDs, I love collecting, I love the hunt, I love kind of finding rare and cool versions of stuff. And so if you found really cool stuff, let me know in the comments which I'll grab this month. Let me know if there's stuff next month that I need to go grab. Right now, I think the only thing I'm really interested in starts in November would be Incredibles 2. Give me some suggestions, some feedback on the show, feedback on the DVDs, everything. Like, subscribe, comment, all that bullshit. I'm gonna go watch Ghost Rider, and I hope you all have a wonderful month. See you later.